What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. Today we're having a very special blue-white Primite mirror match. It's going to be in the top cut of an OTS championship. So before we dive on in, don't forget to like, comment, share, helps the channel a lot. We're on the 10K and we guys support. We are going to be seeing the player on the left side end up winning the die roll here with an IP mastery and a mat. We're going to be setting one card and passing turn. Not looking at the greatest. That could potentially be a True Light or one of the other trap cards that we do play in the deck, but not going to be the nicest one here. Most likely having multiple hand traps in our hand, and it's actually a copy of Dominus Purge instead. We're going to be seeing Lord Logan activate, and then we do purge that there. We do have Drill Beam, which can reveal a Primite to negate and banish that copy of the Dominus here. We are going to search off of low. I don't know if we searched off load or not here, but it looks like we didn't because we would have searched for Roar if we are playing. We're going to be seeing the normal Ether Barrel activate. They'll go up into this Roar. We're going to go up into the Link 1 here, and then we're going to be seeing a Talents. We're going to see Valor being dropped on that Link 1. We're going to activate Talents, and we're going to rip their nib from their hand. And they have a Blue Eyes and another Brick. If a spell, so we're just going to be scooping and going into game number 2. Yeah, not looking like the greatest opening from the player on the left side, but the deck does have some bricking issues. There are like ways you can facilitate that by playing, like, obviously we are playing that Primite package, but there still are times where you do just brick. I thought about playing like 2 Roars before because it's like a pretty good card. And, like, you do have a lot of stars. You have Load, you have Ether Barrel, you have Eyes of Blue, you have Priestess, you have, or I guess I should say Maiden. You have lots of like good cards, like you have your Wishes, but there's other times where you open up like your Majesties, you open up copies of like Drill Beam and Hand Traps or True Light or Mausoleum of White, and you can't really combo off. Now what's really cool with Mausoleum of White is you can actually like activate the effect, target something else like super random on the field, like a Valor, and then you can link away the Valor and something else, but it's still not going to be enough, unfortunately. A lot of the time, like through one hand trap, that your deck kind of just bricks. But what is fortunate for us is that there is multiple games, therefore you can kind of have multiple chances of winning them. Even though you break one game, it doesn't mean you're going to break the next. But issue with that also is that, you know, going second, you have more chances of non-breaking because you have that 6th card in the hand as well as having like the Mulch Armies. So you know, that could be a factor here. And post side, of course, you have those hand traps that are going to be hurting your deck quite more. Like we see potentially Ghost Ogres being dropped here. We are going to be seeing the Lord Logan activate, searching for a copy of the Ether Barrel, being the first action. Then we normal summon the Ether Barrel, and then we activate the effect, allowing us to set from our deck. And we are going to opt to go for a copy of, I think that was Drill Beam. It could have been another Load as well. It must have been a Drill Beam, because we don't have any cards in hand that are green. We're going to be linking away now for the Spirit, and we are going to be seeing that resolving, letting us search for the field spell here. We're then going to play the field spell. The field spell is going to be targeting the Spirit, and we all know how this combo kind of goes. We definitely should. We could go Maiden first. It's not going to really punish us. We're going to be able to get the effect. We have the True Light in the hand, which is unfortunate for us. So we just essentially just lose a card here, but we're going to get the Maiden summon back out. We're going to be seeing Spirit now, going to be dumping the Blue Eyes, and I believe that's a Ghost Rare Blue Eyes here. We're going to see the Spirit then tag itself out, attributing itself for cost to be able to summon a Blue Eyes from the graveyard. That's going to be able to trigger the Maiden to summon out. We do have a Bestial Druus Worm for this, which is going to be quite nice. It does prevent us from getting any Synchro onto the field, unless we have a Sage in the hand already. Now we're going to go for Loadly Load, call Blue Eyes White Dragon once again. And we're going to set one card and pass turn here. Interestingly, we're not choosing to set with the True Light. I suppose they are kind of worried about Ghost Ogre, which is like could be saved for this. But it's just interesting to me. We're going to be seeing Wishes going to activate now, sending a Blue Eyes White Dragon from the graveyard to the opponent's side, I should say. We pass turn, and then we see the Wishes being used the Blue Eyes White Dragon. To search for 2 cards, we're not going to Ash this here. We potentially could have hit that with a copy of the Drill Beam, but they're going to let us search for the Roar and the Maiden instead. We're going to activate the Maiden, allowing us to then place the True Light from our deck face up onto the field. Then we see a normal summon of a Sage. Sage will activate the effect, allowing us to search our deck for any of these level 1 tuners. And in a game like this, Veiler is very nice. Yeah, so we're going to see the Veiler being added to the hand. As I say, because like anytime that their opponent normal summons a Sage, we can just Veiler that. Anytime they have like anything kind of a piece of stuff during our turn, we can just Veiler it. And we're going to see them look at their extra deck. They are playing the Moon, which they could go for. It is a level 7, I believe, so they could use that to bounce back one of the Blue Eyes. But bouncing back Blue Eyes is not going to be obviously the greatest, especially like with how we kind of play the game. So we're going to go for a Roar now, which can summon out a Blue Eyes from the deck. And interesting enough, we now have 2 of the Maiden summons herself back out as well. But now we have 2 of the Blue Eyes is going to be in a rotation here. So both players are in a very, very bad game state, because if we banish both of these Blue Eyes, especially the player on the right, Roar's already been used and there's no way to add it back. So, we are going to be seeing the ability to kind of destroy them. We are going to be flipping up a Majesty now. That's going to be popping the True Light before they get the Synchro Summon. And then we're going to be seeing True Light destroy everything else on the field. And then Druid's Firm will be able to activate the effect, but we cannot target either of our Blue Eyes because we have True Light on the field, and therefore we can't target any of those monsters. We're going to be seeing a pass turn, and we don't activate True Light once again. We're going to be seeing the Primite Ether Barrel being added back to the hand, and then we do activate the trap on the opposing side of the field. They do chain the Drill Beam to that. And they're like, oh, I want to do that before you reveal the Primate. But they have the Blue Eyes on the field, so it does not really matter. Now, we are going to be able to normal summon with the Ether Barrel. We're going to go with a Veiler on it, and then Drill Beam will be reset itself. And they have 1 card left in the hand. So we feel pretty safe to activate True Light at this point. We're going to go up into... Did we just get greedy and try to normal summon out Nib and then activate True Light and they Ghost Ogre us? Okay, yeah, that is what happened there. That is, the last card being Ghost Ogre is absolutely crazy. We played around Ghost Ogre for 2 turns. That's to normal summon a Nibiru, try to get game to bring back out. And definitely did not pay off here. We are going to be seeing the Lordly Low going to activate now, bringing out that Blue Eyes. And we don't have a Maiden access yet. We have another Nib in the hand, and they draw into a Nib themselves. So it looks like we're just passing a turn on this, not going to be able to do very much. We're going to see the barrel add itself back. We're going to normal summon barrel, activate the effect, allowing us to set a copy of the Lordly Load from the deck. It does set it, but we can just activate it, so it doesn't really matter. And we go for another Ether Barrel here. We're going to go to turn to battle position, and we're going to go battle phase attack, dealing some damage, just taking, I think it's 46. And honestly, at this point, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. We can just pass turn, and we still have quite enough. We can go for seals as well, so if they do have an Ether Barrel, they're going to be able to normal summon it, and stuff like that. Now, this is going to be summon number 5, I believe, so... But we just scoop it up there, realizing that the game's not going to be winnable. We've already lost both our Blue Eyes. I think we drew into an Ash Blossom, and they would have had enough for game the next turn. So it is kind of unfortunate there that we ended up getting hit that way. But we had lots of hand traps in our hand. We had Veiler, Ash, Ghost Ogre, and they did wait to activate True Light for 3 turns. So that definitely did not pay off. We could have potentially seen the True Light activate prior, and then we wouldn't have been hit with that Burst Stream of Destruction, even though it could still activate because it's in the graveyard. Or actually not Burst Stream of Destruction, but the Majesty there would reveal in the graveyard to pop the card. So I suppose that we went first and we kind of opened up full combo, which is definitely punishable. But still, also having the ability to Drill Beam stuff is absolutely crazy. Drill Beam is just honestly an insane card, and it comes back every single turn. It's what the heck is this card's just so nuts. Being able to banish the cards as well. Now it's only not good into Malice, but it's so pretty crazy. If you look at even Primite Scream, which is considerably a worse card, it banishes itself once it leaves the field because of how broken it is as a counter trap to negate a summon. Now, like, negating a summon obviously is pretty nice, but banishing a card on the field and negating its effects is a lot better, and that card can just continue to come back every single turn. So that definitely is kind of rough. But, like, it's interesting how they chose to do that. Now, maybe trap is a counter trap. If it wasn't to negate any card, I'd understand Primite Screen, but like this just, you see Drill Beam just be able to do whenever it wants, and just being a like quick play spell. We're going to be now dive on to game 3 with a normal summon of an Ether Barrel. And we are thinking on this. We do chain a Veiler to it, but they now going to activate a Talents Ripping the hand. They see Ash, Thrust, Sage, Nib. Yeah, that's we get rid of the Sage, we're now left to hand trap them. And if we have no hand traps in our hand, Thrust can essentially be dead. So, like, now we can just play with like Knowledge and just not play into Nibiru. We're gonna see Bingo Machine go. Like, this could be a threat to Ash, but also be like, I know you have Ash and I'm activating this now. Do you really want to Ash this? Maybe I have Wishes in the hand. You don't even know. So we're gonna be seeing them reveal, say, a Maiden, and we're gonna get a Maiden to the hand here. I definitely think that was bait. Like, that was like, you know, you want to Ash this, but like when your first activation something that is very good to Ash, it's like, man, I don't even know. But like Wish is definitely a better Ash target than that. So we're gonna be seeing the True Light being set now, or being activated because we added that Maiden, and we activate the Maiden effect here, and we could very well link up. Now we're gonna see Roar gonna activate. I don't agree with this, to be honest. Now, I understand we're not going to go for the Link monster because we don't want to play into Nibiru, but we're going to see Maiden effect now, or we're not going to go Maiden effect. We're going to go for the Spirit, and then Spirit's going to let us search. So we are playing a little weird, unless we're just going to go up into a Seals. But no, we're still activating the effect, putting both of the in the graveyard here, and now we're going to go up into, okay, so we're going to go Seals Pass, I believe. And then we're going to go End Phase, activate the True Lights, and we're going to be setting the Majesty, which just pops 2 cards, and we just pass turn here. So we're playing very low to the ground. We know they have Ash Blossom as well as Nibiru and a Thrust, so now if we don't play through anything, it's going to be pretty fine. Now they do normal summon a Veiler here, which means that we now know all the cards that are in the play. We're going to go Seals, bounce back the Veiler, and then they are going to Ash the Seals. We now go Thrust, but we have no monster, so we have to set from the deck. I mean, at this point, we just set a card that doesn't really matter. Like I wouldn't say Wishes, but like an Imperm or something that we just don't want to see at this point. Because like they have the Majesty, but like Imperm in the column of True Light can be quite nice. Because whenever they normal summon, you just negate True Light with it as well. Or you can just put it in the same zone as the trap card that pops. But I didn't get to see what that was there. I don't think there's any really better target. Like, we don't have much going on. We have a Veiler and a Nibiru in our hand. Now we're going to go for the True Light, bringing back out the Blue Eyes, and then we're going to be activating the Maiden effect, summoning herself out, and we just pass turn on this. So we're going to see the Primite Ether Barrel add itself back, and then we can start playing with this as well. Going to activate the effect, allowing us to set. We do Veiler this, of course, but now it leaves just Nibiru in the hand. So we can go up and out into a Spirit Dragon. And this is summon number 2. Now we could go True Light to bring out Blue Eyes once again. Now we're going to go Wishes, discarding a Imperm, allowing us to search our deck for 2. We already gone through our Roar as well as our Trap, so this may not be a legal activation. Yes, they can't do that there because we do not have a legal activation because we have the Majesty already on the field. That's kind of important when you do start off with a Roar and you set the Majesty. Like, you only have 2 targets, which is why post side you have to play still both of them. We are going to go True Light, bring back out the Blue Eyes as well as the Maiden here. Interesting that we did do the Maiden. Then we're going to destroy the roar. Then we're going to banish the roar to let us go up into the tyrant. Now we have Nibiru here, which they knew we had. So we're going to be losing our entire field, but putting them down to literally nothing, and we're going to have a token summoned. And it is a pretty big token. But I'm pretty sure we would have had game if we would have played around it there. Like, look, if we left Spirit Dragon could have been summoned as summon number 1, or summon number 2 with Aether Barrel. And then we would have had a Blue Eyes summon number 3. So yeah, we would have just been able to attack for a lot. And then, yeah, we had, well, let's see, Aether Barrel is 16 plus 3,000 plus 25. So that'd be 55 plus 16, which is 70, 71. So we would have been letting down the 900 damage here. So that would have been pretty nice for us. We do see a Typhon being made, but there wasn't 2 extra deck monsters. It was just Spirit Dragon the last turn. So we definitely couldn't have done that there. We're going to see Lordly Load going to be activated, letting us search for a Drill Beam. And we do have the Primite in our hand. We're going to now go up into summoning back out from the graveyard with True Light, and then we're going to be seeing Maiden Summon, and then we're going to go normal summon out the Aether Barrel here. Activating the effect, allowing us to set another Lordly Low, which is getting a reprint in the Battles of Legends set. Always a pretty nice set. We're going to go Battle Phase and attack with that token, and it is a pretty huge token. And then attack with Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then attack with Aether Barrel here. And like, if we would have attacked the last turn with these cards, we would have essentially had game. And they are gaining 300 because of the Lordly Load there. Like, 1 set card's not going to be enough. We're going to go up into the Spirit Dragon here, and then we're just going to pass turn. I feel like you have to Lordly Load, summon out Blue Eyes White Dragon. Like, there's zero reason not to, especially when you have Drill Beam already. So that's pretty important. But, like, I don't exactly know. When we're on, like, the backhand of a combo, like, and you're already in the grind game, there's not that many one-card stars really going to do anything. We see Roar already in their graveyard. Maiden has already been used. I don't think they have access to Maiden at all. We rip their hand talents, putting them down to cards, and then having them have to, like, play the backup playing. So, like, we go for an Imperm on the Spirit. We should chain True Light to summon out a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then chain Spirit as well here. But if we chain the Spirit to summon, it's not going to matter. We can chain it for the copy of Ultimate Spirit, which we are going to be seeing. And then that's going to allow us to negate the on-field effect that is activated this turn. So we're going to go for an Azul instead, which cannot be destroyed by card effects during the end phase here. We're going to see a Lordly Logan activate. And we just chain True Light to summon out Blue Eyes. But like, if we would have went for the Ultimate Dragon, we would have essentially played through this anyways. We're going to see the Maiden not bring herself back out, or bring herself back out here. We're going to search for the Aether Barrel. And as long as we have one more hand trap here, the combo is essentially just going to be over. Because they normal summon the Aether Barrel, activate the effect, we hit the Drill Beam, and this is going to be just the end of the game. We can go for Blue Eyes White Dragon here off the Lordly Load. We don't have a Maiden in the graveyard, so essentially just all we can do. And like it's not looking too good for us. Because they already have gone through their Typhon there, so that definitely is going to be rough. But we're going to be seeing them admit defeat here, realizing the game's going to be lost. But yeah, a little bit of misplays on both player sides there. It is a complicated matchup to play, but regardless, hope you're watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more content like this. Stay safe. Peace.